if you're over the age of 30, not knowing how to train without a gym is the biggest hidden cost for you right now. And it all starts from even just a young age. If you never did gymnastics as a child, then you're gonna run into so many different problems as an adult. And you probably already have experienced this. But you don't have access to flexibility. You don't have access to full body awareness and skill coordination. And you lack tendon strength. And there's so many gym goers out right now that don't do gymnastics as a child, or they got injured doing gymnastics or some kind of sports as a child, and now they just go onto the machines and they try to build muscle mass and they try to do all these movements that make them seem like they're exercising, makes them seem like they're staying fit, but it's not actually going to bulletproof them in the future. You need to do calisthenics, and you need to do movements that are athletic and build your actual tendons rather than just your muscles, and that get your brain moving and thinking about strategic ways of progressing. Because if you don't do this, you're going to be the one that can't play with your kids in the future. You're going to be the one that never got the opportunity to do cool skills like handstands while they were young, and now that when they're older, they regret it because they have to learn from such a big disadvantage. And when they're older, they're going to have less mental plasticity because they're not doing movements that are challenging their brain. Because people talk about like your actual body age, but they don't realize that the youthfulness of your mind and of your brain actually plays a huge role into your physiological capabilities in the future. So if you have a young mind and you can do all this mental work and you can coordinate your brain better, it'll actually lead to you feeling younger and also being younger in many studies. So not doing stuff like that is going to cost you in the future. And another thing I want you to know is the time cost of not knowing how to train without a gym. Because let me tell you this, if you are working a 9 to 5 and you have to go to the gym after, then that takes 1 hour to get ready, get changed, then drive to the gym. And then you take 30 minutes to warm up, and then your workout is about 90 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes. That's already like 3 hours gone. And then you have to get back home, and there's traffic, then there's another hour, you lose that. And then when you go home, then you have to meal prep, or you have to cook for your kids and that kind of stuff. And so you waste about 5 hours after you finish your 9 to 5, and then you just have to sleep and you have to do it all over again. Like, that's your life. And if you don't have the capability to train without going to the gym, then you lose the opportunity to go straight home and then you just train. And you're with your kids and you're with your partner and you're talking about stuff while you're training. And then you can even like do a little bit of work on the side, or during your rest times while you're training at home, you can cook the meals, you can do the dishes, you can talk to people and whatever, and still be exercising, still be fit, and your brain and your body doesn't recognize the difference between you multitasking and doing a set close to failure, or you being at the gym and moving weights. Exercise is just exercise, and pushing close to failure is pushing close to failure. And you may think that it's like not as optimized and it's not as efficient, but are you an athlete? Are you trying to step on stage? Are you trying to become the next Mr. Olympia or whatever kind of bikini competitor? No, you're just someone that wants to stay fit, have a good body, prepare yourself for the future, and also be like the superhero to your kid and to your past self. All right? 3 times a week, full body is all you need. You can do 2 of those days in the gym, but if you're busy on the 3rd day, then you can just train at home. And then maybe in your schedule, if you can fit another gym day, then you can just make up that difference. And that's just working out. Keep in mind that most of your gains is going to come from nutrition. Just straight up, it's going to come from nutrition. Whether you want to look good, whether you want to recover fast and be able to train effectively, and whether you want to stay healthy in the future, most of that is going to be the stuff that you put into your body, because that covers recovery, that covers health and how good the ingredients are, and that covers pre-workout and whether you feel bloated or not, or if you have enough energy to do the workout. And it also affects your mind, affects your hormones, affects your weight. So nutrition is more than half of the battle. And if you're wasting time by going to the gym when you should be at home and doing other tasks that will set you up for the future, then just not having that knowledge for what to do if you can't go to the gym is really, really costing you. And if you're listening to this and you actually have time freedom, like you work online or you are really young, you don't have many responsibilities, then as of now, it's not going to be as big of a cost. But if you're that person right now that is struggling, and what people have been telling you this whole time is to go to the gym and to train and to make sure that you are in that specific environment to be healthy, just really wake up. Because why are they telling you these things? It's because they're doing it, right? But like, this doesn't necessarily mean that it fits your lifestyle. What I personally do is I wake up, I go for my walk, and then I go train at the park or at home, and then I come back home and I'll cook, and then I'll do my work, and then I'll go to sleep. But that's what I'd ideally want every single week. But when I'm really busy, then sometimes I'd have to wake up, do work, skip my walk, and then I'll have to train. And while I'm training, I'm making my food on the side, and I'm like doing bodyweight exercises next to my kitchen. So then if things are burning, then I just run there straight away. And then I'll like eat a little bit, and then I'll train, and then I'll just bounce back and forth, and I have that flexibility. And when I'm away on holidays, or I'm at like a trip with my mates and I don't have access to a gym, I am training. Like, I'm just doing my normal workouts. I could be doing Bulgarian split squats on the couch. I could be doing handstand push-ups on the floor. I could be doing pull-ups off like a tree. It doesn't matter. You will never catch me getting out of routine, because fitness is just fully integrated into my lifestyle. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is the ability for you to just enjoy life through fitness. Lots of people, they think it's like medication. You go to the gym and all the doctors, all your friends are saying like, you have to train in the gym because it's good for you. But the people that are like the most healthy, the people that have the most gains, they don't think of fitness as something that they have to do. It's just part of their life. It's their whole personality, because their body and their mind are one. It's not two separate things. You have so many areas in your life: your family, your career, your health, and your significant other. So what? So it's just, it should all be fully connected. Like, when you train, you're not just training for yourself, you're training for your kids, you're training for your so you can get like a partner. And when you train, it creates a strong operating system so that you can turn up to work without feeling shit. You can like make more revenue per year because you're switched on mentally, and you don't have a nervous system that is in disarray because you've eaten bad stuff, and your body can actually support the loads that you place on it if you have a high labor job. Everything should be integrated. And when it comes to hobbies and pleasure as well, fitness should be a part of that. It shouldn't be separated. I can't imagine a world where I can't go to a holiday destination and then just train, because training is my holiday. It is my vacation. So really think this next week, what not knowing how to train without a gym is costing you. Because now that you've opened your eyes and you're starting to see the patterns, you'll be able to identify them every single day. Trust me, it will change your brain pattern. So what do I want you to do? I want you to learn one single bodyweight routine, and I want you to try it, and then I want you to record how you feel. That's it. If you don't have a routine, you can click on the link in the description and I'll hook you up. Or you can literally just YouTube any bodyweight routine. But pay attention to like how close it feels to a gym routine. Like when's the last time you actually did like a proper bodyweight routine? I actually do gym and calisthenics sometimes, and I can actually make my bodyweight exercises so hard and so close to failure that there's literally no disparity between me doing it bodyweight and me doing it gym, because I just understand my body and I developed the skill of making things intense. So if you haven't even developed that skill, then that's something you should learn, and you do want to learn. Anyways, guys, if this resonated with you and you believe you can actually make a change in your life by integrating body weight workouts into your routine, then shoot me a message on Instagram. I want you to actually reach out to me. I want you to have a look at my stories. I want you to look at my posts, see what I'm talking about, go into my highlights, see how it's changing other people, and then come back onto my YouTube channel and look at the other stuff that I do. It's all there. It's just something that you can absolutely fit into your lifestyle. All right, that's enough talking. Thanks for watching, guys.